This episode is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform where you can create your own website. I absolutely love my Worktable, but I'm so sick and tired of looking at this ugly MDF top. So today's episode, we're gonna be pimping out the whole Worktable. I'm gonna add a new Velcro mat worktop, some oak details, and I'm gonna replace these annoying cabinets with new drawers. I'll make 3 new drawers for each side, and into those drawers, you guessed it, we're gonna put a whole bunch of 3D printed boxes. Talking about 3D printed boxes, I have something really new and cool I want to show you. So by this point, I'm sure most of you have seen my 3D printed assortment boxes. And I absolutely love these. But many of you have been asking if I can make some boxes that are a little bit shallower. So that's exactly what I made. So the original ones are 75 mil high. The new ones are 55 mil high, but I've made an even shorter one that's only 40 mil. And the really cool thing about that one is that these stack on top of each other. So these are completely redesigned with new geometry on top that allows them to be stacked on top of each other. And that works for all the sizes. Either it's 1x1s, a 2x2 on top of a 2x3, or a 1x2 on top of a 2x2, or a 1x1 on top of the 1x2. And as you can see, I've made these in a whole bunch of different sizes, and as long as 2 of the sides are the same length, they will actually stack on top of each other. All of these in all the different sizes will be able to download from my website. We can talk much more about these once we start filling our drawers full of them. And talking about drawers, that's the first thing that we're gonna start building. So let's head over to the table saw and cut out all the parts of that. Drawers, these are going to be exact same ones that I've made a ton of in the past, so we're not going to make a big fuss about them. I've got enough materials here to make 6 of them in 2 different sizes. The only difference between these and the ones already in my workbench is that these will have oak veneered plywood fronts. I'll also replace these existing drawer fronts. I'll have the same handles on the new drawer fronts as well. That means that I'll have to router out these pockets. I'll do that with my 3D printed router guides and my router attachment. And then once we've done all that, we can just assemble all the drawers like we normally would. Oh, and by the way, when I cut these out, I made sure to keep track of where in the sheet of plywood they came from so that when I go to assemble all the drawers later, all the wood grain will line up on all the drawers. All right, router time. Oh boy, that sure was a lot of work with the router. But all the pockets for the handles are done. I've routed out some nice handle holes in the front, a relief cut in the back, as well as a relief cut in the frame of the drawer itself, so that I'll have plenty of space to stick my fingers in and grab the handles. Now that all of that is done, we can assemble the drawers and then we can start on the new surface for our work table. Cookie, 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 cookie. Cookie, 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 biscuit. All right, so while we wait for glue to dry on those drawers, we can finally deal with our new work surface. Oh, and by the way, you may notice that I've taken out all the stuff from the 2 cabinets in the front, and I've also painted all the pieces of MDF that are gonna be exposed. Painted these in nice dark gray, which are gonna go perfectly with our new tabletop material. Now for that, I'm going to use this sheet of black Velcro mat. In case you haven't heard of this stuff before, it's basically MDF that is colored all the way through. So yes, I'm still using MDF, but this looks nicer. The benefit of using this instead of, let's say, veneer plywood is that this stuff looks the same all the way throughout. So if I'm unlucky and get a gouge in it, it won't be that noticeable. The way we're going to attach this to our work surface is super simple. I'll start by giving the whole table just a quick sanding to get rid of any high spots left over from glue. All right, and now that that is done, the way I'm gonna attach our new work surface to the table is, yep, that's right, I'm gonna use double-sided tape to attach my work surface to this table. Now, this is the same stuff that you use to tape carpets to your floor, so I think it's gonna be plenty strong, and it will give me the potential to remove the work surface if it gets worn out or if I just don't like it anymore. So my plan is to just use a whole bunch of this tape. And man, I hope this works because it's gonna be a real pain to get back off if it doesn't. And now it's just a matter of peeling off all the tape from the table And then I guess we just stick this thing on here. Now, I wasn't really sure if this is gonna be strong enough, but now I actually am pretty sure that it is strong enough. You know why? Because this is me about 30 minutes before the clip you just watched, spending about the better part of an hour trying to get this thing back off here because I misplaced it. And not only that, I forgot to hit record, so you're not even gonna get to see it. Ah! Oh! Instead of stupidly trying to just wing it and try and place it on the first go, I'm gonna lay down some of this wax paper that comes on the tape so I can place a few blocks of wood on top of here, put the sheet on top of that, line it all up, remove the wood and the tape, and then hopefully get it in the right place on the first try. I mean, technically it's the second try. Oh, no. Here goes nothing. All right, I just pressed this firmly on here, not that it needs it. To trim off all the edges, I'll just use a follow wheel on a router bit and then trim everything nice and flush. And the very last thing that we're gonna do before giving this top a nice coat of oil is to cover up these ugly MDF sides. I've cut a couple of strips of this relatively thin oak plywood. This will match great with our drawer fronts. I've already cut them to the perfect height to fit on the sides here. I'll still have to cut them to length. I'll miter the corners to make sure everything looks nice. I'll use a tiny bit of glue and brad nails to attach everything together. And then we can give everything a nice coat of oil and start installing some drawers. Next up, a little sanding and then some oil. Man, I think this is gonna look so good when it's finished. I'm really happy with the combination of Velcro mat and oak. All right, so let's get the drawers installed. In preparation for this, I've already mounted the drawer slides in the cabinets, and I've mounted these little orange locking bits on the underside of the drawers. I've also painted what is gonna be visible on the inside of the handle gray, same as the cabinet frames. I think that's gonna look great. This is a satisfying bit. You just slide these in, they click in place, and we've got a finished drawer. We'll do that 1 and 2 more times, and we have 3 functional drawers. Now, all I gotta do is install the front to the drawers, and this thing is done. And here's a little tip on how to install these drawer fronts. There's basically 2 ways of doing it. Usually, I've just installed them straight onto the drawers using the measurements. This can be a little tricky because you have to be really precise, but another way of doing it is just to use a little bit of double-sided tape, some strips of wood in the bottom to get the spacing right, and then literally just line up the drawer front, press it on, pull it out, attach it with some screws, and you're basically good to go. This way it makes the placement of the drawer slides a little bit less critical. And now we just installed the vise again. By the way, for those of you who have been asking, this thing still works great and there's no wear on the printed gears. And we are done. All right, remember all those cool new boxes? Well, let's put them to use and fill up our new drawers, which yet again means a whole bunch of these 3D printed base grids. These, of course, is what keeps the boxes from moving around in the drawers when you open and close it. And I'll quite simply just glue these onto the bottom of the drawers. All right, base grids in, a whole fun mix of colors here. And just like with any of the other drawers I made in this Worktable, these will perfectly fit all the different sizes of the standard assortment bins. Of course, also all the different organizer bins. But like I showed you in the beginning, I have a whole bunch of these half-sized ones. And these will of course also perfectly fit inside of the base grid. 2 of them stacked on top of each other will be the exact same height as one of the standard ones. And now if I have smaller quantities of stuff or just have 2 components that need to go together, I can store those right on top of each other. And like I said, as long as 2 of the sides are the same length, you can stack these on top of each other. That also means that you can have a big box in the bottom and 2 smaller ones on top, or of course, the other way around. And there is actually one more really cool thing about these half-sized boxes. Because 2 of these are the same exact height as one of the standard ones, I can stack 2 of the small ones on top of each other in my assortment case, close the lid, give the whole thing a good shake, and look, they stay in place. I am really pleased with these small little boxes. Now, if you want to print either these, the standard ones or also the new shorter ones. All of the files will be available to download from my website, which is alch.shop, and that is also a perfect segue for a quick ad from today's sponsor, Squarespace. I have a website where I can share the things I create, like these boxes, with you guys. And I built that website using Squarespace. Squarespace enabled me to super quickly and easily create my own website. It's super easy to set up. You don't need to have any technical knowledge. Just choose from any of their award-winning templates and get started creating your own website right away. Squarespace has the tools you need to get your business off the ground, including e-commerce templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. On my website, I sell everything from build plans for this Worktable, as well as this assortment case, and all the 3D files for all the different sized boxes you've seen. But whatever you want to sell, Squarespace has the merchandising features to make your products look their best online. So head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/ALCH for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Guys, isn't this such an upgrade from what this thing used to look like? I'm absolutely in love with the combination of Velcro top and oak sides and fronts. I love the way the corners look where the plywood meets the Velcro mat, and not to talk about how much more efficient it is to have drawers where everything is easily accessible and you never have to dig around after something that is at the back of some stupid shelf. And by the way, these are soft close as well, which is fantastic. Oh yeah, and of course, I also replaced all the fronts for all the drawers I already have on this side, so now everything looks really amazing. And well, this is it for me, guys. alch.shop is where you can download all the new boxes as well as the old ones. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.